ABC, Nolan here again. Look, I've been busy. What can I say? Right now, about to show off a couple of Grails, like some real serious stuff for this guy. We're listening to in the background Arthur Russell, at this point very well-known but still underground musician. He made music hold up in his studio apartment in New York during the no-wave scenes, made a lot of dance music, made a lot of subdued, quiet music. He was a cello player, constant tinkerer, and he died of AIDS in the early 90s, and all of his material basically has been released posthumously. So I have pretty much everything except for one that he's released, but the main album that got me into him was a very cohesive representation of his work called Another Thought, and it was released on CD in the early 90s, and beautiful album, and never released on vinyl. It's only been on CD. And I heard from actually one of the illustrators from Light in the Attic. She had posted an Instagram photo of this issue, and I flipped my shit because Another Thought by Arthur Russell was finally issued on LP in this great, wonderful little cardboard sleeve. Hard to see in this light. It's very subtle, much like the music. It's a double LP. You know, this is actually, if you can see this here, I don't think you will be able to. But this is off the label ArcLight, and their goal is to issue music that's hard to find or never been issued on vinyl. And this is their first release. So I was unsure of what the sound quality would be, but I jumped on it anyway. It was expensive because it was an import. I jumped on it anyway because everything I have by Arthur Russell, I jumped on quickly, but it has since risen in price astronomically. I mean, there's very few things of his that are under $60 to pick up. So I figured, why wait? I'm not going to sleep on it. Buy it. This is the inner sleeve. This is the original CD cover here. Wonderful music. If you have watched my channel for a while, you know bedroom musicians, tinkerers, experimental artists with concerns more than commercial, concerns about chasing their muse are the things that I love. It's a double LP, and it sounds fantastic. It sounds amazing. This is better than I've ever heard it. There's no information online about where it was sourced from, but this is a great issue. So happy to have this. So happy to have this, y'all. So, Arthur Russell, Another Thought, ArcLight, their first issue of rare stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do next. Another Grail, more recent than Arthur Russell. This is the band East Village. This is their album Dropout, and they're a band from the mid to late 80s. They released a bunch of excellent singles, EPs. I've spent mornings, listening to their EPs that have been ripped to YouTube and stuff. I can't really find it anywhere else. They were eventually signed to Heavenly Records, and I think a band member or two has since gone on to be like marketing director of Heavenly Records. After a bunch of EPs and singles, they recorded this album, and the album was kind of drifting off in limbo until Heavenly Records picked it up. They played this great show, and then it broke up on stage, apparently. This is wonderful, early 90s. This came out in, there's an original issue in 93. It was reissued in 2003, finally reissued again in 2013, which I'm just now realizing it's been reissued in 10-year increments, which it's always limited. I think this is a super limited copy, maybe 500 or something like that. But every time I saw it online, it fetches for over $100. So to see a reissue for around 40 after shipping costs and pounds to dollars and all that stuff, had to get it quick. So East Village Dropout, great guitar pop in that timeless Birds vein, the stuff I really like with a lot of Heavenly Records sort of. There's like some drum loops and stuff, that early 90s kind of guitar sound. It's not overbearing, it doesn't sound particularly dated to me. Really good, really good guitar pop. Fascinating. So, this is how I'm living right now, VC. I have 2 of some of my most sought after records right here in my house. Life is good. I'm able to set aside some time to listen tonight. Did a lot of work after I got off work. It's time to listen now. And I thought I'd just take a second to talk about a couple of Grails. That's what this is all about. I hope everybody out there is doing excellent. Y'all take it easy.
Every step is moving me, but